Hi, my name is Akiva Goldman. I'm the director of Goldman and Associates. Our firm has a primary focus on family law issues here in Michigan. And today we're going to continue our video series designed to educate and inform the public, so please subscribe to our channel. In the context of support cases, there will typically be someone who is paying and someone who's getting. That's the nature of every commercial relationship, but child support is no different. And let's say you're in a situation where the husband is paying child support because the wife has custody, and every month there's a certain amount of support that's to be paid. What do you do if all of a sudden X hasn't paid? He's not paying, you call up, no answer, you're being ghosted, you certainly don't have the money, you haven't gotten a check in a while, your bills are mounting, what do you do? Well, of course, number one, the first thing to do is reach out and find out, is there a problem? Has there been a switch in the bank? Is it some small technical thing that if there was good communication, it could be resolved? That's the first thing you should do. Remember, the court should be your last resort, okay? But let's say, you can't get a hold of the person, you go to their place, they tell you they're not paying anymore, or you can't find them or whatever. You know they're around because you know they're going to work, they're just not paying. What do you do? Well, in that scenario, you have to reach out to your lawyer, and your lawyer will file a petition order to show cause, asking the court why the court should not hold the person in contempt for violating the court's order. And what is the court's order? The court's order is to pay child support. To a degree, a failure to pay child support is a crime. It's a felony. A person can go to jail for not paying child support. The irony is, you put the guy in jail, how's he supposed to work to pay the child support? So the courts aren't so quick to throw somebody in jail for non-payment, but the court does enforce its orders. And the court will make sure that the person pays. Now, the person may come in and say, I didn't answer the phone because I was in a horrible car accident. I was in a coma for a month. And I couldn't pay because in that situation, I wasn't able to do so. The court will take that into account, and in a situation like that, probably set aside show cause orders and bench warrants and all that, and create a system where the person can catch up. A lot of times that does happen. A lot of times, though, it's just that somebody got fed up. Somebody got tired of it. Somebody didn't, their hours are being cut, so the support is more expensive for them because it's the same amount of money being taken out of a smaller pot. They can't afford to hire a lawyer to go back before the court. They called a friend of the court. Friend of the court says you got to come in. They can't come in because they don't want to miss even more hours of work, and so they just don't pay it. That could be the situation. It's not the way to handle it. People have to realize that somebody's going to file a motion and ask that you be held in contempt if you're not paying your support. Either the friend of court will do it on its own, or the other attorney is going to do it. Somebody's going to do it, and then you're going to have a problem. So if you're in that situation, what you've got to do is you've got to have an appropriate motion filed. Say my support was based on 40 hours a week. I'm now cut down to 20. I need the number lowered. And the court will do that. And the court will make that reduction retroactive to when you filed that motion. But if you wait a year to file that motion, and meanwhile you've accumulated $10,000 of arrearage, expect that it's going to be very challenging to get rid of that arrearage because the court is not going to retroactively say you shouldn't pay money. The court's going to say you should have filed this motion immediately. That's your job. The court does not know that you have a problem until you tell it you have a problem. So you've got to be mindful of that and understand that if you're not paying, the other side's going to file the appropriate motion. So you have to watch that and figure out what you should do in your circumstance. Now, if you don't know and you need guidance, reach out, of course, and we'll be glad to help you out.